So, the construction in the world is booming, and that means a high demand for sand. Construction around the world is booming from big resorts in big cities and rebuilding communities torn apart by hurricanes, for instance, in Southern America. In some parts of the world, this is huge concern for criminal activity, environmental concern, and ideas and talks of reusing concrete and sand from waste and engineering other alternatives. So out east, in places such as Dubai and in India, crime is spewing from the high demand of sand. You may think out east in places like this, such as Dubai, there's plenty of sand in the desert. While that's true, there is plenty of sand, tons of sand, but it is not usable because the wind causes it to be the opposite of aggregate sand. So the structure of the sand is glossed over by the wind and the environment, and all that sand is no good for forming concrete. So places in the desert, such as Dubai and Singapore near the desert, is not able to use sand around them, but able to pay a high price for the illegal mining of sand and the getting of sand in such ways that crime spews from it, such as the sand mafia. The sand mafia is an actual group of people in support of underground market of sand, illegal mining of sand, sand mining at night. And if anybody, such as a landowner of where this criminal activity is taking place, tries to object to the illegal digging of this sand, they are killed. This is reported by the Times of India, which says there is a black market sale of needed sand. Here in America is just one example of where environmentalists are concerned. And they too, they're not criminals, but they have their eye on the mining of sand and are watchful of unregulated sand mining. An example in California, Cemex, who is digging up sand, was shut down by the implorement of the environmentalists in California, who say that they are worried about the source, that depleting sand from the river can affect the habitat around the community and affecting people's lives. Other perspectives on the source of getting the needed sand, such as a man, Mark Kuhar, who works for Rock Products, says that there is plenty of sand and that we just need permit to go get it. This comes from source Rock Products, Volume 120, Number 11, 2017. So is sand abundant? What will it hurt to dig up as much sand that is required to suit the demands, whether it is from new housing from destroyed communities or new resorts in big cities? Well, for one, as we heard from out east, such as in places in Bengal, landowners' property is encroached and trespassed upon. It causes environmentalists and governments to worry for the depletion of the source of sand. And there is a researcher who suggests reusing demolished concrete materials. Meta Vikas, from the study called Sustainable Approaches to Concrete Production, an in-depth review of waste foundry sand, suggests reusing demolished concrete and writes about studies explaining that waste foundry sand can uphold to moisture and can be reused in the making of concrete. He also suggests that needed sand for making concrete can also be pulled from digging rock. So, while the construction is booming, some places you'd say needed more than other. The demand for sand is in reality high, and there just is not an infinite amount of river bottom sand. So we do need to engineer ideas for reusable sand and alternatives.